Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we will be making a Commando Dagger, which has drawn its inspiration from the iconic World War II British Fairbairn Sykes dagger. Let's get started straight away. As always, our first step is to mark the shape onto the steel blank and cut out the blade with whatever means you have at your disposal. Once you are done with that, proceed to clean up the lines on the belt grinder. Using a file guide to keep both sides of the blade aligned, file around its shoulder where the guard will sit. Roughly clean up the profile on the belt grinder. Then proceed over to draw file the blade to ensure that the profile is smooth and flat. Mark, scribe, and grind in your bevels. You can also do this by using a hand file and a file jig, if you are patient enough. You can decide whether you want plunge lines in your blade, but in my case, I'm grinding the bevels along the full length of the blade. Draw file the bevels to flatten any uneven surfaces. The next step is to normalize and heat treat the blade. To normalize the blade, I will heat it up to a non-magnetic temperature and let it air cool until the metal turns black in color. Repeat this 3 times. Heat the blade up to non-magnetic temperature for a 4th time and quench the blade in preheated oil. Then temper it in an oven for 2 cycles at 180 degrees Celsius for 2 hours each. Please keep in mind that these are just guidelines, as not all metals use the same quench and temper temperatures. Be sure to find out what the requirements for your steel is before you heat treat. After the heat treatment process, it's time to clean up the blade. I start with a 150 grit sanding stone to remove the bulk of the scale and systematically work my way up to 600 grit sandpaper. With the blade finished, we can move over to the guard. I'll be using 3mm 1070 steel for the guard. Mark and trace the shape, which is traditionally an oval-shaped guard, and cut it out. I will be grinding the tang of the profile to follow the same diamond-shaped profile of the blade. Then round off the tip of the tang in order to cut in the threads so that we can screw the pommel on later. Once completed, drill out the center of the guard and using jeweler's files, file out the center to the same shape of the tang so that the guard fits perfectly.